Hey guys, today we're going to talk to you about HIIT cardio, the good and the bad, the reason you might not be getting the results you think you should be getting due to a lack of intensity or a lack of a few factors that we're going to talk about today. So, G, go right ahead with it.
Hey guys, Coach G. So, a couple of things that I see with a lot of athletes that do their check-ins, they said that they're doing their HIIT cardio to their, they're going to failure, right? But they're not achieving the results that they want, and that's because they're not going to failure. And today we're going to demonstrate what going to failure actually really means.
Yeah, so HIIT cardio is great. The problem with HIIT cardio is it's high intensity interval training, and sometimes people think that medium intensity interval training or just hitting that interval training on the cardio machine is going to do the same thing. Now, if you want the benefits of HIIT cardio, those benefits are going to be an increased metabolic rate for a sustained period of time after you do your HIIT cardio session through a process called EPOC, which is excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. So if you work really, really hard, basically your body's going to consume more oxygen than if you wouldn't do it, and that's going to take extra calories to burn. So you're going to increase your metabolic rate. That is the reason we do HIIT cardio. Now, if you're not getting any benefit of that, if you're not working hard enough, you're not going to get that EPOC, and all it's going to come down to is how many calories you burn while doing HIIT cardio. Now, in that example where you don't work out really, really hard and you don't get your metabolic rate up, it's actually better to just do steady state because you'll burn more calories from fat during the steady state session. But that's not what we're after. So this is what we're going to show you on how to do a proper HIIT cardio session.
Take it to failure. Typically with HIIT cardio, people base it off of a target heart rate, right? So you met your max heart rate, and you're supposed to go to a higher percentage with 85 to 90% of your target heart rate, but that's not always going to work. The reason for that is because your body's going to adapt.
Yeah, so the thing is with reaching a target heart rate, which is what a lot of people want to use, and people will email me and be like, hey, what heart rate should I be at? The problem is that as you get farther into prep and the better condition that you get, it's going to be harder to get to that 85, 90% target heart rate because you're in better shape. So HIIT cardio on itself is actually progressive. So it's a self-progressive system. And if we say do 15 minutes of HIIT cardio, what will happen is at first, when your first week you start doing HIIT cardio, you'll go right up 90%, 100% of your max heart rate so easily. So it's very easy to get there at first. And then you might fail in 20 seconds and then it'll take you 90 seconds to recover before you can do a HIIT again. But at week 16, when you're doing a HIIT cardio for 15 minutes, now it's harder for you to get to that 90%. You probably can't even get there because you're in such great shape. You probably only get to like 70, 75% of your max heart rate because your body's working better, you're more efficient. And then the cardio itself, HIIT cardio itself is progressive within itself. So instead of failing at 20 seconds now you're going to 35 seconds to reach failure, and instead of recovering at 90 seconds, now you're recovering at 45 or so seconds. So as long as you're pushing it and not sticking to those same parameters of oh, I need to hit this heart rate, and oh, I need to do a HIIT burst for 20 seconds, it should be self-progressive and you should be getting the benefits out of it by just working as hard as you can. So get the numbers out of your head. Just work hard, work to failure, recover at about 90% of recovery, and then do your HIIT again.
So let's go ahead and talk about rate of perceived exertion, and I'm going to talk about the way I learned rate of perceived exertion. And this is going to go back to my college days when I ran a VO2 max. Okay, so on a VO2 max, you're going to set up a treadmill. They're going to be measuring your VO2 max, and what they'll do during the test is they'll hold out these cards with numbers on them. Okay, so the participant that is running is going to be running, and they're going to be holding out cards. So they'll hold out like a 2, they'll hold out a 3. The cards go from 1 to 10. So when they hold out a card, and if you nod yes, that means that you can keep going up. So that means you still have effort left in the tank. You can still go a little bit harder, a little bit faster. So once you get to the number 9 or the number 10, that's when you know you're going as hard as you can. And if you go any harder, you're about to face plant. So that's how we know that for RPE, that's how I learned it, is that you're basically going to failure and you're going as hard as possible to the point where you're about to literally face plant. So, as you can see, with this interval that I just did, I'm still able to talk to the camera, still able to hold a conversation. So, my rate of perceived exertion, in my mind, I might be at a 10, but in reality, that was more of like a 7 or 8. I know I could push it a little bit harder. 1 second. All right. So, as you can see, with this burst of energy, I'm not able to actually hold a conversation without gasping for breath. So, at this point, if you were to hold an RPE card in front of me, I would give you the thumbs up for the 10. That means we went all out, and that's how you do HIIT cardio. So that's HIIT cardio for you guys. Basically, we just covered intensity and RPE and how HIIT cardio should be properly performed to achieve maximum results. Thank you guys for watching.